Hi, welcome back to the Treble Clef Project. I'm Saanvi and I'm the director of Interp. And in today's video, we're going to be going into how to cut a humorous interpretation speech. And so just as a reminder, humorous interpretation is a form of speech where you take another person's script or a movie script, a book, and you cut it down to 10 minutes and you perform it and you interpret the characters in the way you want, and it's usually a 10-minute speech. If you want more about the basics, I would definitely go check out my HI Basics video that's also on this channel, so definitely go check that out. Today I'm going to be going into cutting a script. And so cutting a script means, obviously, since you only have 10 minutes, you can't take a 1 hour play and perform it. So you wanna cut it down to 10 minutes where the general storyline is understood, but you don't have to include all the scenes. And so today we're going to be going into that. And generally people don't usually find 10-minute plays because those don't have a cohesive storyline, because 10 minutes really isn't enough for a whole play to be written in. So usually you want to take a full length play or a half length play, just any part of a play, and you're going to cut it down so you can figure out the story and still include some funny lines. So for beginners, what you want to do is in HI you want to use this website that is called playscripts.com, playscripts.com. I'll be showing that later on my computer. This is a really good website. It has a ton of plays, and I used it when I was a beginner. And usually I would go, depending on what age group you're in, go for the high school theater, middle school theater. Those usually have very corny scripts that have decent, good humor to perform, especially if you're competing at the high school or middle school level. So I would definitely say go for scripts from playscripts.com. And so when you're looking for a script, you just want to kind of browse through. If you would read the title, read the summary, and then if you think it's interesting, click on it and just honestly read through the whole script, or at least half of it, and then the ending. You want to find a script that you yourself find funny. If you don't find it funny, you're not going to have fun performing the script and enjoying just making characterization and stuff. So make sure you find a script that you enjoy. People sometimes wonder that oh, will I start laughing in the middle of my script later? At least in my experience, in the very, very beginning, sometimes I would find it funny and I would laugh just while I was practicing, but honestly, you will get a little bit sick of your script. So you definitely want to find something that you yourself find funny, otherwise you're not going to have fun performing the script. And depending on when you go on to finding a script that you enjoy, depending on where you find the script, if you find a movie script, those aren't on play scripts and stuff. So depending on where you find it, you're not going to be able to copy paste the whole script onto a Google Doc because of just copyright reasons. And so what you're going to have to do is you're going to, in most cases, have to type out pretty much the whole script. And I'll tell you why you want to do the whole script and not just the lines you like. So what you're going to have to do after you cut your script is after you find your script, you're going to want to start just typing it. Just have the characters, obviously you'll have the character name and the colon and then the line. So you're going to have to write all of that out. You don't have to necessarily write stage direction, center stage, stage right, stage left. You don't have to write that because you're not going to really use it. And you're going to be adding your own actions later. So just write purely the lines. And then after and in some cases you can take out certain scenes, like certain scenes in like high school plays or something are purely just there for comedy, but the whole play will be comedic, but some scenes are just there for comedy, and in those 10 minutes you have to perform, maybe that one scene won't fit, so you don't have to type that. So that's why you want to read through the whole script and then figure out what lines and scenes you think are funny and will actually impact the play. So you definitely want to find stuff that is, for example, like the climax, you definitely want to include that. So stuff like that. And so after you're done, you are going to start highlighting the lines you want. In any color you want, just start highlighting the lines that you want, that you feel like are going to be very like integral, and lines you find funny in the script, and then like characters you want. You want to limit it to maybe 3-4 characters, just because you don't, unless there's like a one-liner character, but you don't want a lot of characters because that gets confusing. So definitely limit it to 3 or 4 main characters. Even, honestly, even less than that. Yeah, and then you're gonna highlight the lines that you want, and then eventually you're gonna want to take out all the lines you didn't highlight that you're not going to be including. And then once you've highlighted, oh, also make sure to put the link of the script, and then put it into an MLA citation. You can just put it into a website, copy paste that onto your Google Doc, just because some tournaments do require that, so you definitely want to include that just in case. And then so yeah, after you've highlighted the lines you want, what you're going to do is you're going to go to the top of the doc and you're going to write down each character's name. And then make a colon, and then you're going to start writing out what type of, like how you want to characterize that that character. So for example, that can be sometimes a little hard. You just kind of have to, that's why it's really important to read through the lines, because you want to figure out what personalities that character have and what do you think will suit them best. So for example, if a character is like, their lines are very snappy and they're kind of like, rude, and like maybe they're the mean girl of the story or something, you're going to want to make them like, a valley girl, because that's going to suit the character's lines, right? So you want to make them a valley girl. Or like if there's a character who's like really shy and is like, oh my god, or like, oh, I don't know what to do, like you want to make them really timid and like, talking like this, like, because it fits the character's personality. So that's definitely something you want to take into consideration. And so you're going to start with your voices, like what voices do you want this character to have, and then eventually move on to stances. So, and again, you're just going to be writing these. So like, for example, you would be like timid voice, scared, always shaking their hands. That would be like a stance. Like when you're popping, you're going to start shaking your hands or something, right? So like that would be a stance. And then eventually, after you're done with this, you're going to want to move on to blocking. So blocking is where you start to add this thing called tech, which are just actions. So for example, a door closing to, something like that, or like hitting a board, so you would go like, stuff like that. So depending, again, you have to read your script and think, okay, maybe there's an action written in, like a closet door opening and stuff. So you would make a noise for that and like, pretend you're opening a closet door as your character. Or if you want, you can even add actions. Like for the script that I performed, there was a part where they're in the science lab, right? So one of my characters was just pretending to do like, putting on goggles and doing science experiments. So you can include stuff like that just at your own leisure, but make sure you include some type of tech so that the script moves more easily and it's not just you talking. I will go into blocking and how to make noises in later videos, but that's it for like cutting a speech and blocking and characterization. Make sure you subscribe to the Treble Clef Project, and I will see you guys later. Thank you for watching.